This is the Effing One podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast, Australia's best only Formula One podcast. And after a handful of races that seemed to make F1 great again, we're in heaven, weren't we? Barcelona, Spain turned up for a predicted snooze fest, or as what we call it, Siesta el Boro. Lewis Douche Hamilton won, Valtteri the other thin Bottas second, Mad Max, the new Maldonado Verstappen third, and if you fell asleep 4 laps in with a belly full of paella and woke up at the podium celebrations, champagne everywhere, join the club. We all did. But the good news is, you didn't miss a thing. Not even a virtual safety car could save this race. And to take a look at Barcelona, we need to turn to a man who loves a good Red Bull fight in the Plaza del Marco. Luke, hola señor, ¿qué pasa?
Hola. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien. Good to see you wearing your matador outfit
Yeah,
with those extra tight trousers.
I couldn't get it off from last time, so it's going to stay there for a while.
You could sell. We could, when we do finally get them off, we could sell them in a Japanese vending machine.
Oh, they'd love it.
It's got a lot of stank in there. There's a lot of.
Yeah, the blue light would just make it glow.
There are some Japanese businessmen that can't wait
All
to get their
over
hands
that.
on your matador trouser. We're going to cut you out of there, big fella. Hang in there. We'll cut
The
you out
jaws of life.
The jaws of life. The blood's rushing to your head. And yes, before you ask, Luke, I am wearing my competition flamingo ensemble.
It's about to ask.
Thanks for asking. As is tradition at Effing One Podcast here, we have to wear the native costume of the featured race. That's exactly what we're doing right now. Now, run us through it, Luke. Good to see you, big fella. Run us through what happened in Barcelona. By the way, g'day.
G'day.
How are you?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's always nice to be here. It's
It
nice
is.
to see you.
It's nice to see you too. Thanks for listening, everyone at home.
Thank you very much for your
Or in your
support.
car, on your bike.
Yep. On the way to work, on the train.
On
Commuting.
a tram, if you're on a plane.
Yep.
G'day.
G'day. Now, Luke's going to take us through the lights go red, and green. And we're racing. Racing. Luke, talk us through what happened in the race.
Yeah, that's about how much of what happened.
And there's the flag, the
Now
checkered
there
flag.
it is. Lewis, the douche canoe Hamilton wins the race. What a great recap. The shortest podcast we've ever made. Thanks for listening. Hi, Mum.
Short and
goodbye.
sweet. Short and sweet. What do you call this ensemble that your mum brought here? The food that looks delicious. Thanks, Mum. Bye.
Bye. No, so, yeah, turn 1. Oh,
It's all right.
we're fine.
Carry on.
No one died.
No, fine.
Yeah, so turn 1. Everyone went pretty much side by side.
Nothing happened.
Van Dorn cut the corner, Sirotkin cut the corner, and then Van Dorn didn't actually come around the bollard, so he got a 5-second penalty. But that was boring. Then we got to turn 3. Grosjean got a little bit of a wiggle. He slid out off track, and he thought, you know what? I can take some other people down with this.
When is the best time to do a burnout donut?
Right at the start.
At the start.
If you want to... I want to make as much damage as possible.
Yep.
I'm going to bag it up
Yep.
right in front of the half of the field that's still remaining.
Yep.
And I'll see how many people I can take out.
Yep. Burnt rubber everywhere so no one can see what they're doing.
He did a phenomenal job. He's put up the smoke screen and thought, good luck, fellas.
Yep.
I'm coming back on the track. After the race, he says, I was trying to get back on the track, but... I think if I just let it slide, I would have gone onto the middle of the track anyway. I'm like, come on, man.
That is a great Grosjean accent, by the way.
I could go on, and I will.
Grosjean and on.
But it was madness.
It was horrid.
As soon as you saw it,
What
soon
are
as
you
you saw him
doing?
light it up, I'm like, there's only one
That's
where you will go.
I looked at you. We're on the sofa together.
Yeah.
Covered in Doritos. We were wearing our ponchos and our sombreros. And I said, I went, Luke,
That's
what
a
the
nice
bloody
dip.
hell is it? This dip is delicious, by the way. What the hell is he doing? He's doing a full burnout in the middle with about 10, 15 cars behind him.
I admit, maybe he listened to one of our podcasts previously, making F1 great again and having a burnout challenge. Well, you'll win. You've won that one, but you've managed to take out Pierre Gasly.
That was a suggestion on
It
one
was.
of our. He's a big fan of our number 3 podcast.
Yeah.
I think that was suggested in number
Yeah.
3. Big fan. He's downloaded that number of times.
He
That's the
has.
problem.
And he's gone, you know what? Hey, I know how to make F1 great again.
Those
I'll
guys-
just do this.
Oh, great! At F1 podcast.
And he didn't make F1 great again. He just cocked up.
Yeah.
And he's...
He made himself look like a French douchebag again.
I was going to save this stat for later, but there's only 2 people who haven't scored points. And that's Sergei Sorokin and
driver.
Roman Grosjean. So Rusky and Grosjean, 0 points or nil point.
It seems fitting that neither one of those two have got points,
It does.
doesn't it?
I think Sorokin may never get a point. There would have to be some... Maybe if Grosjean does some more burnouts in front of the field, that he could take them all out and Sorokin might luck a point.
Is there a point in the season where Williams will go, you know what? Just get Kubica in there.
I'm sure
Just
they will.
give him a crack.
I'm sure
He
they
can't
will.
do any bad. He can't do any worse.
No. And he's proof that you can drive an F1 car with one hand because his thumb does not go around that steering wheel.
Yeah, man. That
He's like you going round a roundabout.
eating a pie, using my knees to turn the steering wheel around a roundabout.
Yeah. He's using, like if you see the onboard footage, it's one hand, the other one's just, he can't push his thumb through, his thumb can't close on his right hand. So
Yep.
he's just basically
He's
palming
driving
it.
with one hand the fastest machine on the planet,
Yep.
and a very
That's
touching,
how good he is.
Yeah.
One-handed.
Unbelievable. And go to the F1 podcast Twitter page, number 1 podcast, and check out the video that Luke's posted because there is a very, very touching little expose about Kubica in that car. And just check out what he can and can't do with his hands and then watch him get into a Formula 1 car and drive that thing around like a madman with one arm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I recommend everyone check it out. F1 podcast Twitter page. Very touching.
Yeah, so we had an accident. A few cars got taken out. The safety car came out. Wrong time for a safety car. It started lap because everyone's behind each other anyway. Then not much else happened. Some guys pitted. Some guys didn't.
Oh, wasn't there a virtual safety car?
There was a virtual safety car.
What was that employed for?
That was
Deployed
out there. It was employed as well.
Yes, it was.
It was at Centrelink waiting for a job, and it got a job. It was like, hey mate, go get out there. And I don't know if it was Van Dorn. He had a gearbox. Ocon had an oil pressure, and Raikkonen had. I think Raikkonen got back to pit lane, but there was an oil pressure problem for Ocon and gearbox for Van Dorn. I think that's what they got it out for.
Yeah, because they parked on the grass.
Yeah.
And they weren't on the track, but it was enough to bring out the virtual safety car.
Yeah.
Shame. Had it have been the normal safety car, we might have had a very different race. Imagine bunching that field up.
Would have been nice. Would they have overtaken? There's only one person who
Wow.
made serious overtakes there, and that was Fernando Alonso. And thank you, Fernando.
About the only take of the whole race.
Yeah.
It's a tough track to take on, though.
It was, and we said it in the preview that it wasn't going to be a great race because you can't really overtake here. And we were right. We haven't been right for many things this year.
Most things were not right.
No.
You're right.
Yeah. We don't check facts.
No,
We don't crunch numbers.
No.
I say I do, but I eat crunch.
You love crunchy cereal. Chocolate Cocoa Pops. Big fan. That's about as crunchy as you get.
cereal.
That's the only thing you'll crunch is some sweet, sugary cereals.
Yeah. And no numbers.
Okay, I'm going to throw something at you right now, and I want you to answer straight away. Most boring race. Barcelona, Melbourne, go.
Barcelona. I was there in Melbourne.
It was,
That was entertaining.
but the track. Sorry, I mean the track.
The track.
Not this particular race, but the track. The most boring track. They're pretty close. They're both bloody
they're on
boring.
par. But it just proves our point of it's not the cars that are the problem.
No,
It's the
the
racetracks.
track.
So if Melbourne makes some adjustments, and they are talking about possibly making adjustments for Spain, then that's what needs to happen.
Yet you forgive Monaco for being a boring track because it's Monaco.
Monaco's a test.
It
If anything,
is.
it's a test. It's not so much, there will be some guys making passes.
It's like driving down a narrow citadel, like you've got about 50 centimetres either side of your car.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I walked the track, I couldn't believe the speeds they go through the corners that I was walking around.
You pretty much grew up there in Monaco. It's your backyard. It's kind of your backyard.
Yeah, I should go back there. That'd be nice.
They miss you.
They don't.
That's right. There's that thing.
I was the only person that had to pay tax in Monaco. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Until they pushed me out of town. Oh, fine. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me. I'll take my gigantic boat somewhere else.
Yeah. So not the most enjoyable race, Barcelona.
No, not
Pretty
much
boring.
else. So let's cut to who won,
Yes.
which was Lewis, douche canoe Hamilton, Valtteri, the other Finn, Bottas came second, Mad Max Verstappen, he came third. Didn't go that mad. He did crash into the back of Lance Stroll at the restart of the virtual safety car.
Yeah.
It was still yellow. He said that Stroll braked, but I think Stroll was just keeping to the virtual safety car Delta.
Yep.
And he ran into the back of him. And just after the contact, then the green light went on to go racing because they save the virtual safety car's ending soon. So everyone would know that.
Yep.
And he's just taken off a little bit soon.
Yeah.
And ran into the back. And thankfully for him, not much damage to the front wing. The end plate came off, but it just proves a lot of the flicks and bits of carbon fiber that they have there it really didn't affect his handling too much.
But for Max, that's a really good day for the Torpedo just to have one little crash.
Yeah, little crash.
Yeah.
Just a nice dainty crash.
Just lucky it didn't affect his race.
Grosjean hasn't tried the dainty crash yet. He's all
not
about the full on.
He's very full on.
And he wants people to join him.
Yeah.
He just like, you know what? Come with me, fellas.
Yep. This will be fun, guys. Check this out.
Yeah.
Let's go for
Let's go for an ice cream.
crazy time over here.
Yeah.
Do a full 360 burnout.
And then Sebastian Fingerboy Vettel came fourth. Daniel the Personality Ricciardo. Kevin Suck My Balls Magnussen. Carlos Wish I Was Max Sainz. The Fonz Fernando Alonso. Sergio Perez the Tijuana Tussler. And Charles Leclerc, the general admin, rounds out the top 10. Gets another point. Well done, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
The championship points are...
Wait, before we go on, just very quickly, I just wanted to just stop for 2 seconds because Sebastian Vettel, people are probably thinking what happened. He was doing a lot better than at the beginning. He was in second place. He overtook Bottas, but then what happened for him to get into fourth place? Early pit stop?
Early pit stop, the Ferrari was running to its tyres a little bit quicker than they had anticipated. So they were going to go to a 2-stop strategy. There's no way they could run a 1-stop from that point. And their pit stop was quite long. I think it was just over 4 seconds, which is, I know it doesn't sound much, but in F1, that's a pretty long pit stop. Normally it's 2, 2.1, 2.2.
So Ferrari's having some tyre issues at the moment?
Yeah, so
temperature tyre?
On Friday, the temps were quite warm, and Red Bull and Ferrari Ferrari was sandbagging a little bit, but Red Bull looked really strong, like 0.4 a lap quicker per lap than the Mercedes, both Max and Daniel. Then come Saturday, it was cold. Sunday, it was cool. So they still had tyre warm-up issues, so they couldn't get the full grip. That's why Daniel said that the car felt like it was on a knife edge. Yeah. And it wasn't handling the way it was on Friday because the temperatures were different.
Because previously the talk's been about Mercedes tyres not being, the car not handling the tyres particularly well. But now we're talking about Ferrari also having some issues with tyres. So that's news to me because the first races, it was all Mercedes, can't quite get their tyres up to scratch, having problems with the tyres. Suddenly, tyres are fine, Barcelona. Ferrari's having tyre issues.
Yeah, Toto said at the start, before the Grand Prix, that Mercedes like the cooling conditions. That seems to be better for their tyre usage. But if it's warmer, they tend to struggle. So I think.
Well, he said it more like this. Hey guys, so.
No, Toto. No, Toto's the Terminator.
Oh, he sounds more like Arnie.
Yeah.
Das ist unten, ja. So what is happening is we like the colder temperatures, not the hotter ones.
That's
okay.
That's just a deep Bruno.
Just shut up, yeah. Thanks, Toto. Thanks for your kind words. It's always nice to have a
what
chat.
We're going to do is we're going to put the tires on the car, and it's going to be warm, and we'll be fine. If it gets cold, we'll struggle. Or the opposite way. I don't know. I'm going to the chopper.
Thanks, Toto. Thanks for not killing me, Toto. Back in the chopper.
Don't look at me like that.
And he's a tall guy. He's
a
big.
man.
He's a big man.
I couldn't say anything. in his presence, I was like,
You automatically choke up. You just
Okay.
go, no, it's fine, Toto. Thanks for your time.
Thanks. Sorry.
Enjoy your flight.
Thank you.
Always great to
Your
talk to.
flight.
Always great to chat to to Toto and Marco. Speaking of Marco,
Glass-eyed
he's
weirdo.
He's an angry man, that Marco.
Yeah.
Sense of humorless, and
I just want him to go, Hogan.
Hogan.
Funny.
Hogan's Heroes. What a TV show that was.
I love it.
Big fan. Good times.
And I'll run through some DNFs.
Wait,
Hulkenberg.
so I just want to know what happened to Dan.
What happened to Dan?
Dan was
Daniel?
a few seconds behind Sebastian, then suddenly he was 20 seconds. Can you give us a quick little rundown of what happened with Dan?
Yeah. So Daniel, just before the virtual safety car ended or had just ended, he spun at the hairpin. And yeah, that's what he did.
First
So I think
mistake
it turned 10.
of the season. Write that down. Lock it in.
First mistake in a race
Yeah.
in the season. He made a mistake on free practice 1. He crashed into a wall. Wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it was very windy Friday, and everyone was spinning. Max spun, Mercedes spun, Ferrari spun, Kubica spun. Yeah, everyone was spinning. But yeah, so Daniel, he just
Had a little whoopsie daisies, a little slippy slip. Lost about 10 seconds and stayed about 20 seconds behind Sebastian Vettel.
yeah. And Daniel was the last person on the lead lap. So from P6 down, they were all lapped.
Yep.
That's taking him back to the 80s when
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
majority of the fields lapped.
Yeah.
Hulkenberg, Gasly, Grosjean out in the first lap, turn 3, thanks to Grosjean. Raikkonen with an engine, Ocon with oil pressure, and Van Dorn with the gearbox issue.
Championship points.
Hamilton at 95 points, 17 points behind is Sebastian Fingerboy Vettel. Bottas 37 points behind on 58, Raikkonen 47 points behind on 48, Ricciardo 48 points behind on 47, and Max Verstappen really we only need to go over 6
That's about it. That's
drivers,
about all you need to think about.
So Max is behind 62 points. Long way to go, but there's some significant gaps
Early
there.
days. Constructors' Championship points, we have that.
Constructors we do. Merckx on 153, Ferrari 126, Red Bull Racing 80, Renault 41, McLaren 40, Haas 19, Force India 18, Toro Rosso 13, Sauber on 11, Williams on 4, all thanks to Lance.
And
Stroll.
thank you, Barcelona, for such a boring ass race.
And yes, that other point was the Sirotkin and Grosjean still with nothing.
Nil point. No points whatsoever. Zilch.
None to show.
Can we have a quick look at the scoreboard between you and I? We've got a little rivalry going on. Before every race,
scoreboard.
we do a little tipster. We do a little who's going to qualify and who's going to win for each
Some predictions.
driver. Can we check the scoreboard? Because
You put the dick in predictions.
Thank you so much. And I am 2 points in front coming into Barcelona. I wonder where I'm sitting now. Can you give us a little...
Let's have a geezy gander.
I'm going to guess that I'm doing quite well this week. I've extended my gap.
You're going to assume that all you want. So you went for Hamilton. I went for Hamilton Bottas. So you get 1 point up.
Thank you.
So you're +3 right now.
Ripper.
Ferrari, you went Raikkonen.
Yeah. Bloody Raikkonen.
Cuts both ways.
Ouch.
I went
Stings.
Vettel. So I went up 2 points. So you're up by 1 point.
Wow. Cut the lead pretty quick there.
We both went for Ricciardo. We both lost. Renault, you got up a point because you went Carlos. I went Carlos Hulkenberg.
Come on, you good thing.
So you're up.
Back to 2.
Yep. We both went for Alonso. So we both cancel each other out. We both went for Perez, cancel each other out.
Yep.
You went for the stay-at-home Viking. You idiot.
Oh, man. That's because I just like doing the voice.
You do.
I am the stay-at-home Viking.
I wanted to lead you down the point of going, okay, you've done the voice now, but who do you want to choose?
Yeah, who do you actually want to choose? I know you want to do the impersonation, but come on, who's gonna win?
Come on. And yeah, you tipped wrong.
Yep.
So I went Leclerc, so I went up 2 points.
Shoot. It's a tie now, is it? At that stage? That's
yes.
a tie situation at the
Tied
moment.
situation.
Okay,
We both went Gasman, we both went Sirotkin, we both got wrong with Haas. So we are tied.
Tied. It's only taken, 5 rounds?
Yep.
Wow.
We're back on
Back
par.
on par.
Yes.
Momentum is with you, my good man.
Damn right it is.
Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you.
2 valuable points you got back on me
nice
this
to be
week.
equal for once.
Wow. Equal to a point. Now it's time, Luke, to put the name in lights. It's time to hand out some silverware because it's time for la 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 da 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 the award ceremony. Let's do this. And the first award we're giving out today, and all awards will be posted on the F1 Twitter page. And the first award is for the team who considers the environment when racing. It's the Green Award for the smallest carbon footprint. This is a forward-thinking award. The future of the planet. I think this is my favourite award. Who wins the Green Award this week, Luke, for the smallest greenhouse emissions?
Someone who we're giving it to an individual this time.
Yep.
Because not only did he save his own fuel, but he managed to take out a couple of other drivers and thought, you know what? I'm here. I'm doing it for the Earth.
Mother Earth.
Yep, I'm doing it I'm going to lower your carbon footprint and
your
your carbon footprint.
You get a car. You get a car. You get to sit this one out, and you get to sit this one out.
So by taking himself and 2 others out of the race, Romain Grosjean wins this race's Green Award. Well done, Roman.
Bravo.
Well done. You're a forward-thinking individual, and I saw you sitting on the steps there thinking, I've done good.
I done good for the Earth, man.
Yeah. I've done good for the Earth.
I have done the very nice for the planet Earth. Someone, maybe when I go back to pits, no one give me high five, but at least Mother Earth
I
give
would
me high five.
not give him a high five after that debacle. I would have my arms folded and just give him the look of, are you kidding me? That's what you thought was going to happen?
He's used to that. He's used to that by the crew.
So congratulations on your Green Award, Roman. You can pick it up at Monaco.
Well done. And that's on the F1 Twitter page. The next award is the award that every driver desperately wants. It's the UJE Day Award. Did I say that right?
You did.
I said it right. I can't believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly these days.
UGE Day.
UGE
like
Day.
Fuji, but UG.
UGE Day.
Yeah, there you go.
I like the way you've associated. That makes it easier for me to associate now.
I felt we have to break it down for him.
You have to, mate. You've got to do it.
It's a bit simple.
You've got to do it. And this award is the Waste of Time Award. Who completely wasted our time out there?
Well, they've won this award before, and now they're just showing off. It's Williams.
Carryover champions.
I mean, let's put 2 cars, let's let them race the whole time, not even think about the environment, and we'll get no points. So
burning up the fuel for nothing.
Lance in 11th and Sergey in 14th. Nothing to show for it.
Just burning up valuable fossil fuels.
Everyone's time. You're wasting Kubica's time. Put him in the car.
Put Kubica. Can we please put Kubica back in the car?
Yeah, the one-handed bandit.
Better than both those drivers put together. One of his good arms is better than all 4 of theirs.
Yeah, I reckon his right arm, his dodgy arm's better than both theirs.
Yep, I think you're right.
Just saying it.
I'd like to see him arm wrestle those other guys with his dodgy arm. Watch him smash them.
Smash them.
With his dodgy arm.
I think he's got like mind power. He has quite a large head, and I reckon he can read minds.
Disproportionately large
He's
skull.
a fortune teller. Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like a fortune teller.
When he got into F1, me and a mate said that he was like a vampire because he had that blur look.
Yes, yeah.
I am Robert Kubica.
I have a triangular forehead. It's massive.
Now he's got a little tuft. He's got a nice little tuft.
It doesn't help that the hair's receding, but then again, it doesn't help you or I.
No.
So it's never a good look. And that award, thank you very much, we put on the F1 podcast Twitter page as well. We've got more awards to give out.
Of course we do.
Of course we do.
We're a giving podcast.
Now we're up to the F1 Podcast Awards. This award is handed out to the individuals that are making F1 great award. They may not be fully aware they're making F1 great again, but to us, they are. The winner of the F1 Podcast Award is...
the Spanish Grand Prix is us.
Yeah, finally! High five! Yes, I like. Look, high five! Yes, we make it great. We make a good time.
Because no one else did.
Because it was so
It was
fucking
a
boring.
dull Grand Prix.
Yep.
Lewis, well done. You raced, you won, but you didn't make it great. You made it boring. I read people on Twitter who'd never fallen asleep in front of a Grand Prix before, fell asleep in front of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Yep.
Well done. I think it's us. We get our own award because right now we are making F1 great again.
We're doing our very best. It's what we do every day. We wake up every morning and we try and endeavour to make F1 great again.
We put on our F1 podcast socks.
Are perfectly red and with the flip down reality glass attachments, the Making F1 Great hats. We wear them every morning.
We gave away our first hat, actually, recently.
We did.
Yep.
We did.
And they declined the reality glass.
They didn't want the clip on.
No.
See, I would have thought that would be a big sell.
She said if I wear them, I may not be able to see.
She has a point.
Who wants to see reality? Just blurry.
Yeah. That's a shame she didn't take up the offer of the reality.
But they're basically an old pair of sunglasses. I took the glasses out. That's all
you just attached it. Yeah. But she has a nice hat now, and it's perfect
She's
for
happy with the hat. It's her favourite colour, red. So.
every occasion. She can wear it down to the shops.
Yep.
It can be dressed up. It can be dressed down.
There is a clause in
Matching.
her contract that she has to wear it every time she's outside.
Perfect.
So whenever she does anything outside, she's
Gardening.
wearing the hat. She has to.
Yep.
By contract clause. And if not, Mum, we're going to come over there and...
You better wear that.
Yeah.
Luke's
You
mum,
can staple it to your head.
you better wear that hat. It's very, very important. It's a very valuable hat. And
You're our marketing tool.
Correct. Get out there and run those streets. Hit the window,
Get my mum on the
window down. Put the stockings on. Get the little cute dress on and wear that hat. Because
She does wear the shit out of that dress,
doesn't
though.
she have the legs for it? She was a dancer. She's got the legs, the ankle. It's all in the ankles. You can tell. And by the way, you can still purchase these beautiful hats, great for any occasion. The Making F1 Great Again hats, limited edition. There's only there's only a few left. If you want them, jump on F1 podcast Twitter page and send us a little order. We'll flick them over to you. You'll love them.
Yep.
What a hat.
Beautiful hat. Next award.
More awards. Now it's time for the Pastor Maldonado Award. The award for Dangerous Driving Award.
Well,
To
what
give
can
them.
we say?
Well, I thought it was black and white. Maybe it's not.
The Haas team have gone above and beyond this weekend. In one of the practice sessions, Kevin Magnussen, just from practice session,
Suck my balls.
right near the
Kevin,
end, the last
suck
5
my
minutes, Charles Leclerc got a nice little run on Suck My Balls Magnussen.
Mm-hmm.
And so Leclerc said, all right, I'll just go around him. And then he blocks. Really late blocks. Really dangerous. Actually got reprimanded by the stewards afterwards. So he's trying to win it. But I'm easily giving this to Grosjean and on.
Grosjean and on.
It was
Deservedly.
it was a great move. I think if you want to win the Pastor Maldonado Award, that's the kind of move you need to pull at every Grand Prix.
You need dedication. You
So-
can't go in half-assed.
Well done from Grosjean and on. You have managed to win the Pastor Maldonado Award for dangerous driving.
Wow, that is high praise. High praise and a wonderful award for you. Grosjean and on. You can check that out to the F1 podcast Twitter page.
And the award didn't have to travel far. It just went from Magnussen's and just popped it on over to the other side of the garage. Grosjean will have that in Monaco.
That's the best thing about Haas. They keep it in Haas. Don't they?
Arseholes.
Assholes. Fucking arsehole. Fucking assholes. And we've got the Lick It
Final award.
and Send It award for the best, the only positive award that we hand out, really, for positive driving.
It's the Well Done Award.
The Well Done Sir award.
Well, if anyone did anything good, they would have won the effing one podcast, but it was just us.
That's correct.
So
That is true. The Lick It and Send It award for best overtaking move.
and that winner is the only person who really made an overtaking maneuver. That's Fernando Alonso,
Yeah.
the Fonz.
Wow, that was some sweet overtaking.
So he did a nice little move on the virtual safety car restart with Charles Leclerc, and he did a really good move at the start of the race around the outside of turn 3 on Esteban Ocon. So well done, Fernando.
Fernando, you've still got it, big fella.
Oh, he's got
He's
it in
got it.
spades.
Dude, if only you had a decent car.
Mm.
Imagine. Man, he would be so good. I'm imagining it right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back
He's
to
so
reality.
good. And with that accent, it's all sort of cool.
It's melting.
It's levels of coolness. If he could, he drives in a sweet car, he's winning, and that accent, dude. Pretty awesome. Now, I have to ask, did you spot the infamous Terry?
Oh, Terry.
Anywhere. Now, Terry, a bit of backstory. Terry is the name for the guy that we've discovered. Luke, let's be honest, Luke discovered floating. He's a pit crew. He floats between garages, screwing the shit out of pit stops. Started with Huss. He's actually employed. He gets paid by Huss, but he does this little thing where he just sort of dips into other garages. The tyre fiasco, the first race of the season, when they had a whole monster of points up for grabs, ended up with nothing.
Who was it?
Terry. Ferrari, broken leg incident. Who was responsible for that?
Terry.
And I think there was something with Van Dorn's car, Waffles' car.
Van Dorn didn't get a wheel on, right? Who was that?
Terry. So, did you spot Terry anywhere? Because he's a little bit slow. And
Terry missed out on Baku.
He did miss out on Baku. He had a week off.
Yeah. I think he couldn't get the flights over or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was benched. He was benched for a week. Just have a sit out, think this one through. But he was back this week, wasn't he?
He was.
You spotted him.
I did. I saw him. Saw him at the Force India garage. And
looks good in pink, doesn't he, Terry?
He does. It's very slimming on him.
Very nice.
And he's, I could see him from the footage. But the thing is, he's always on the inside of pit lane.
That's where he likes to be.
So by being on the inside, every single incident is on the inside. So they're back to the pit wall. So the team bosses don't go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's Terry over there. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
All the other guys are wearing goggles and stuff. You can't tell. But if he was facing the other way, if he was on the garage side facing the pit wall, they'd go, there's Terry, piss him off.
His back's turned.
He's back.
Sneaky.
You can't see.
Then makes a mistake and suddenly ducks off to the toilet.
Always off to the shitter.
Slowly walks backwards off to the shitter.
Yep.
And you see him re-emerge, blends back in again.
So it was a free practice session. And then, Perez went out and his wheel started to come off.
Terry. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
Oops, I made a mistake.
sorry.
And then he, buggers off and
well spotted,
back
Luke.
to Haas.
You're like a hawk out there, big fella.
He can't get it past me.
He can't get... Sorry, Terry. You keep turning up in these different pit crew garages, but Luke sniffs you out like a sniffer dog on a fox, on a stinky old fox. And that's exactly what you are, Terry. A sly old fox. Too much.
Fox. A sniffer dog.
Too much. I don't know what I was going there. Okay, so we also had a chat with...
That's what they do at the airport. What's his dog doing?
Yeah.
Trying to find foxes.
What do we call him? It's Luke. Have you seen Terry?
I'm wearing my fox underwear, actually.
It's like those matador trousers you're wearing.
Oh,
Sniffer dogs are all over those things.
I am now 1 part matador pants.
Trust me. Do not go to an airport the next 48 hours with those pants on. Seriously, mate.
The dogs will wince. They recoil. I thought they liked bad smelling stuff, but it turns out not this bad.
Not that powerful. Not when it's that pungent.
Oh, it stings.
We had a chat with Sebastian Vettel after Barcelona, and it's always nice that he's got so much time. Like no other drivers really have that much time for us, except 4-time champion Sebastian Vettel. I put that down to the relationship that you've built with Sebastian over the years.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate relationship.
It is very much so. I know he's married with kids, but something comes out in him when you're around him.
Literally. He can't keep it in his pants. Like, he keeps it in his pants, but you can see that he's getting excited.
You can see what side he's sitting on.
Yeah.
You can see where he's laying himself.
It's clear. He's got a wife and kid. And I don't think he cares. I think his wife's called a beard.
So
I had a quick chat with him on Skype.
And you asked him
again.
about the coming into the pits early.
That's a great thing about Skype is I don't have to get touched by him. But he can see me and
he still
gets a bit
he still seems to touch you. He still is in still affects you in that way.
Oh, we affect.
So let's go to some audio. Push that button, Luke.
Oh, that button didn't work. I'll try this one.
Yeah, try that one. There we go.
Sebastian, it's
Hi.
Luke. Oh.
Hi, look, what's going on? Great to see you. How's the line for the Skypies?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hi, Luke.
Tim.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you okay, Luke?
Skype's good now. Yep. Got it back.
Great. By the way, you're so much funnier than the other guy you do the podcast with. You're uber great. Okay. Loves a little podcast. What do you call your little podcast?
It's the Effing One podcast.
Does anyone listen to it yet?
Yes, 3 people.
That's nice. Say hi to your mum for me.
Thanks, Rove.
So, what do you want to talk to me about, big fella?
Just how we...
Jesus, are they matador trousers? Are you wearing matador pants again?
How do you see them from
Oh my
there?
God. I know this is Skype, but I can smell something rotten in your trouser. Jesus Christ, Luke, you need to get them things off right now.
Is it the flies? Can you see the flies in the sky?
Yeah, it's stinky.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Lucas. Just go ahead. Please ask me any question you like. I'm Sebastian Vettel, after all.
How was your race, Sebastian?
Yeah, what can I say? I had to come into the pits too early. I came way too early. You know what I mean? You know what it's like, look. You come early. I made a big mistake I just got a little bit excited. And I saw, I heard on the radio, box, they say. Box. And I was so excited. The next thing I remember, I woke up and I was looking at the backside of Max Verstappen. And I said, Jesus, I don't know what I've been doing the last 10 minutes. I woke up and I was a bit sore. Anyway, it's all from, I must have not, passed out or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was tough, man. I had to come in early, so.
That's understandable when you have high tire wear. I can completely understand that. That's what you were talking about,
You
wasn't
got to have good rubber, real good rubber, Lookies. Hey, so thanks so much for having me on the podcast. What's the podcast called?
The Effing One podcast,
Effing
actually.
Fun. So cute. Okay, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
But that was not... Bravo.
Yeah, I get the scoops.
That's a scoop.
I feel violated every time. Even this one was a Skype.
It was hard to listen to, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. That was not easy. Awkward.
Hashtag me too.
Oh, it's always a bit awkward when you're chatting to Sebastian. He makes a big deal of it, and it's a shame. But we thank him for his time. He's a wonderful world champion.
That'd be nice.
If only he could overtake. If only he could take corners properly. What else have we got planned? I think we're pretty much ready to go into Monaco next.
Monaco.
That's big, isn't it? Well, before we go, we have to mention thank you to your mum. Thank you to Mrs. Luke for this wonderful spread. Every time she puts on some beautiful food. What have we got on the table here today, Luke? Is that paella?
That's paella.
Yep. Is that chorizo sausage?
That's actually fish stuffed with lamb and chorizo sausage.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
So she knew that you were coming over and going, I'll make up this nice
Mrs.
paella for
Luke,
him.
you're amazing. And you've got a soup. Is that gazpacho soup?
That's exactly
a cold
soup.
gazpacho.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What's that over there?
I don't know what that is. I'm not going anywhere
It
near
looks like your trousers. It's got steam coming up. It's got a weird pungent odor. It's like cheese.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Like a blue vein cheese. So it's next. Bonjour, Monaco.
Monaco.
Comment ça va?
In its own little principality at the south of France,
Yeah.
in between France and Italy.
It's the piste de resistance.
Between Nice and Ventimiglia.
Of Formula One. It's a beautiful. It's where the tradition, it's the feather in the cap. So join us as we go into Monaco, and the next podcast, the Effing One podcast, will be previewing Monaco. Join us then. Get hold of us for any comments. Tell us what you like about the podcast, what you don't like. Just say g'day. Effing One podcast Twitter page. Thanks very much, Luke.
Thanks, Adam.
Can't wait to get into it.